Hey Silver Tubers, it's Mr. Zeke coming to you from the Silver Pouring Bench. I was going to do a pour video tonight, and I was hunting through my molds and I discovered a domed tree of life. I don't think I poured very many of these, I'm not sure why. And so I'm warming up the mold right now. I've got the silver warming up, and as soon as everything is where it needs to be temperature-wise, we'll get to going on this domed tree of life. I'm speculating that it's probably about a 2-ounce pour. And so we will be back as soon as everything is ready. In the meantime, cheers. All right, I think the mold's warm enough. I think the silver is warm enough, so let's give it a shot. See what we come up with. Maybe we will figure out why I haven't poured this, or maybe we won't figure out why I haven't poured this. So open up the old tabletop furnace that's up to temperature and give it a shot. Whew, a lot of heat coming off that mold. Looks like it'd be just a hair more than 2 ounces, because it didn't quite completely fill that mold. Maybe that's why. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and throw 3 ounces in the furnace and pour the mold to capacity, because I'm getting some pretty good detail out of the mold. So we'll be back when the 3 ounces are completely liquid and ready to pour. Hang tight. Alright, I think everything is honky-dory. Mold certainly is warm enough. Now I get a lot of questions in the comment sections about why do I heat the mold up, you know, and how hot do I get the mold, and it's really just by feel. I don't use a digital thermometer or anything, but some of these tree molds, tree of life molds, have a ton of intricate detail, scroll work in the mold, and heating the mold up allows the silver to settle into those really tiny little crevices where simple bar molds or some of the more simple 3D molds don't require that. However, these tree molds do have a lot of detail, and so I have found over the years that getting them closer to the temperature of the silver as it comes out of the crucible allows for a little bit better settling of the silver into the branches and the stump of the tree of life. And so let's quit jabbering, moving it around here, get a little evenness to the heat, and see how much this mold will actually take. Alright, here we go. That took almost the entire 3 ounces. And so let's kill the torch and cool it off here. Everybody likes the cooling sound. Yeah. That wonderful cooling sound. Let's see how much of the detail came out of that tree. Like I said, man, that. So, there is the domed tree of life. It's man, that came out chunky. You can see how much of that tree actually got raised off of the surface. The backside got some fairly nice cooling lines, actually. Still a little wet. I can already tell where there's going to be stamping on the back side, but got a pretty even rim all the way around. But you can just see based on that rim how much that tree actually raised. And as I was saying before, heating up that mold allows the silver to settle into all that detail on the Tree of Life mold. So hopefully that answers that question. There are many different reasons for heating up a mold ahead of time, but in my particular case, having poured so many different tree molds over the years, discovering just kind of by feel the right temperature to get the detail in that tree helps with getting that detail to settle into those crevices in that mold. I don't know why I haven't poured these before. So anyway, this one's available. I'm going to go ahead and stamp it, and I'll give you guys a view of this is actually, might actually be a prime candidate for some toning. So hang tight. We'll see what happens. Okay, so I couldn't resist the temptation to antique it. When it was done, the detail did not pop to my liking, so I went ahead and antiqued it because I think it brought out more detail. And there you have the finished product, and it's amazing to me how high that tree stands off of the round. And it came out at 2.98 ounces Troy with some really nice, really fine micro cooling lines all the way around it. And so if anybody's interested in that, just give me a shout. I'll put my email in the description link, and you can reach out. And while I had the antiquing solution, I had these two chunkies that they're odd weights. They didn't come out to a perfect ounce. They're both a little over an ounce, but I colored them. I didn't antique them. I toned them, and I didn't take any of the toning off. I got some really interesting color combinations on these, and so everyone is just a little bit different. So I appreciate everybody watching. I hope everybody's had a wonderful week, and I appreciate everybody who is reaching out with support. So in the meantime, it's Mr. Zeke at the Silver Pouring Bench, hopefully for another entertaining video. Cheers, everybody.